Alrighty, next game up here is the Patriots at the Panthers, and we hit this one, folks, finally. Patriots minus 3.5, easy peasy. Sam Darnold couldn't do anything all game. Patriots win 24-6, folks. Once again, no viability in this Panthers team, in Sam Darnold, anything like that, and the Patriots get it done defensively like we know Bill Belichick can do with Sam Darnold, conjuring up the ghosts, conjuring up the spirits, and that's exactly what happened because Sam Darnold could not do anything all game. He goes 16 of 33. Ooh, 16 of 33. What is that? That is 48% completion percentage. Absolutely not good. 172 yards, no touchdowns, and three interceptions, folks. Did he fumble? He fumbled once, didn't lose it, but still turned the ball over 3 times. And now, folks, I just want y'all to take a guess. When did these turnovers happen? Was the game close? Was it in the second half? Usually when he turns the ball over. Once again, going back to the Panthers at Cowboys earlier this season, the game was close. But what happened in the second half, the third quarter, back-to-back interceptions by Sam Darnold, that really kind of ices the game. What happened against this Patriots team? Well, let's fast forward to the third quarter when the game was decently close, folks. It's only 14-6. That's one possession game right there. They're down 14-6, and what happens in the third quarter? First interception is a pick six. Now they're down 21-6. Then he throws another interception on the very next drive. That leads to a field goal, and then another interception, back-to-back-to-back interceptions that only give up 13 points because the Patriots missed a, how long was this field goal? 54-yard field goal off the third interception. So, once again, Sam Darnold, when the game is close, he absolutely chokes and flounders, folks. There is no buyability, bettability, believability in Sam Darnold at all, folks. None. We've seen this too many times. Nothing changes. Let's talk about the running game, and then we'll see who Sam Darnold is throwing to. I mean, I'm sure we can all guess, but we'll have it, set in stone, factual in a second. But Chris McCaffrey, leading rusher, obviously first game back, 14 rushes for 52 yards. And who was the leading wide receiver? Once again, it's Christian McCaffrey. And this is not great, folks. Yes, we know Christian McCaffrey is a good dual threat running back who can catch out of the backfield, but you're not really stretching the field vertically when you're just dinking and dunking to your running back. And that's what Sam Darnold does all the time. He's not targeting his receivers. And we've got the proof for the umpteenth time this season to back it up. So Christian McCaffrey was the leading receiver. And who was the second leading receiver? Oh, Chuba Hubbard, who is a running back. 1 catch for 33 yards. Then we finally have DJ Moore, 3 catches for 32 yards. Then we have Amir Abdullah, another running back, 4 catches for 30 yards. Then we have Ian Thomas, a tight end, 1 catch for 9 yards. So 4 of the top 5 leading receivers, leading pass catchers for this Panthers team were all running backs and tight ends. Now, what does that tell us? Dink and dunk, taking the check down, not airing the ball down the field. And don't come at me that, DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson can't get open. Teddy Bridgewater gave them both 1,000-yard receiving seasons last season. We've got comparable notes to literally quarterbacks that are kind of on the same level heading into this season, and one is outperforming and one is floundering, folks. I mean, that's what it is. Sam Darnold, no believability, none at all, none at all. Then we have Willie Snead, 1 catch, 6 yards. Robbie Anderson, 1 catch, 2 yards, and only 3 targets, folks. What are we doing out here? What are we doing? Not good at all. Sam Darnold is bad. The Panthers are bad. Matt Rule is bad as well. We got a quote by him, and it's not good. It's not good. But let's finish up here with the Patriots. Mac Jones goes 12 of 18. Perfect game manager. 12 of 18. 66% completion percentage, 139 yards, 1 touchdown. He threw a pick as well. He didn't, and he fumbled. Ooh, two big turnovers by Mac Jones. That's not great. Let's see where these turnovers came. First turnover was a fumble in the first quarter, only resulted in 3 points. And once again, the Panthers started at the New England 33-yard line for 3 of their 6 points. Once again, it's not like Sam Darnold moved the ball a couple of times this game. He didn't move the ball at all this game, folks. 3 points off of a turnover starting at the Patriots 33-yard line. And then the other interception by Mac Jones came in the second turnover, the interception, came in the second quarter, and what happened? Oh, the Panthers go down and score a field goal. Once again, they started at the Patriots' 34-yard line. Anybody could take advantage. I could take advantage. Put me in at quarterback from an opponent's 30-yard line. I'll get you some points. I'll get you 3 points. I'll play game manager and get you 3 points. No problem. No problem. That's what Sam Darnold is doing out here, folks. This is not a good team. This is not a good team. They got a good defense. I'll give them that. I'll give them that. But you're not winning games based solely off defense, because this is what you get, 6 points. You win in a game with 6 points? Not even the Jaguars won with 6 points, folks. They had to win with 9. This is not a team. This is not a good performance, folks. So Mac Jones, a little bit too many turnovers, but, this is a good Panthers defense, so not terrible overall. Not terrible overall. Oh, I love seeing this. Leading rusher for the Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson. Love it. Love it, folks. Love seeing this man get all these carries. We've been begging for this, but remember, he kind of fumbled real early on. It was either game 1 or 2, and he fumbled, so we know what Bill Belichick does with running backs that fumble. He sits them. So Damian Harris has really been getting the bulk of the load here for really the entire year. I think this is the most action Ramondre Stevenson has got all season, and we love it. Ramondre Stevenson, explosive running back, 10 rushes for 62 yards. Fantastic. Then we had Brandon Bolden, 8 carries for 54 yards. Damian Harris, 15 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown. So overall, running back by committee. They were slowing down the game, taking what the, what the Carolina's offense was giving them, because, forcing all those turnovers and all that. So once again, another good game plan here by the Patriots of just letting Mac Jones be the game manager. It's so good out here, folks. So well done for the Patriots. Once again, we just put them in our top 10 power rankings, and they're not moving off. I will definitely say that. I don't know if we can move them up any. We'll see come tomorrow's show, but overall, they're definitely not getting out of the top 10. And then who was the leading receiver? Ramondre Stevenson, folks. 2 receptions for 44 yards. Kendrick Bourne, 3 catches for 34 yards. Brandon Bolden, 2 catches for 27 yards. Hunter Henry, 2 catches for 19 yards and a touchdown. So Ramondre Stevenson, hold on to that ball, my man, because you got a nice future for this Patriots team, or overall in the league here, if you can hold on to the ball. And he did that last night. Fantastic job for this Patriots team, winning 24-6. And then after the game, once again, Matt Rule, folks, we still have to kind of see if this man is a good coach. We didn't really love what he did last season, moving off of Teddy Bridgewater for Sam Darnold. We were like, that's not an increase. That's not an upgrade at quarterback. You just swapped a mediocre quarterback for a mediocre quarterback, an unproven mediocre quarterback. So we didn't really love that by Matt Rule. And now we get this quote of Sam Darnold. Panthers coach Matt Rule said, quote, "I don't want to lay it all on one guy, but we can't keep throwing the ball up in the air." End quote. Is he still the guy? Rule mentions he needs to watch the tape and figure out if it's the coaches or Sam, saying, quote, "We can't keep doing that." So Matt Rule shifting blame here. It's on Sam Darnold or it's on our coaches, but it's not on me. It's not on any decisions I have made. It's either Sam or the coaches, and I have to watch the film to figure that out. Once again, where was Matt Rule saying, hey, it's on the receivers? Remember a couple of weeks ago where Sam Darnold was throwing the ball pretty accurately. It was good. We watched the game. We broke it down in our film study. We looked at every 20-plus incompletion by Sam Darnold, and it was really a healthy 50-50 mix of Sam Darnold not being good and then the receivers just blatantly dropping the ball. Where was Matt Rule saying, hey, our receivers need to get it going a little bit? So Matt Rule out here, I don't know. Blaming your players is one you cannot do. I don't care what you say internally to the guys in the locker room. That's fine. You can put all the blame on them. You can cuss them out. I don't really care what the coaches do. But in the media, the coach's responsibility is honestly to absorb all the kind of deflection, all the blame. Hey, it's on me as a coach. I didn't do the best job coaching. I'm never going to throw my players under the bus right there. That's how you lose. That's how you lose kind of leadership. That's how you lose faith, buyability from your players. Once again, everybody has to buy in on a football team. If even one player is not buying in, a la OBJ, you send them out and you keep winning games. This is what you do when one person is actively ruining the team. So Once again, Matt Rule, not a good head coach out here, not taking the blame, not taking the responsibility in the media. I don't care if he's not taking the responsibility in the locker room, that's fine, but in the national media, when they're making the stories and making the narratives and everybody's talking about your team, you don't want them putting the pressure on the player, because we've seen Sam Darnold under pressure. It's not good. One possession games in the third quarter, back-to-back interceptions, 3 straight interceptions, and the only quarterback that can throw back-to-back interceptions and still win the game, it's Tom Brady, because he's obviously the GOAT, folks. So Matt Rule's not the answer. Sam Darnold's not the answer. And this Panthers team has 4 wins and 6 points from last night. Not a good team. No viability. Patriots -3. We knew it was a great bet. We hit it. Bingo, bango, folks. Do not ever bet the Panthers for the rest of the season.